Hey, 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 GMO Tuesday. Zep in the step, bringing us in, baby. Zep in the step. The leaves are falling. Time for On My Way. Yes. Much obliged for such a pleasant stay. How is everybody today? It is Tuesday, GMO Tuesday, of course, brought to you by Foothill Feed and Mercantile up there in the South Reno area. Geiger grade, 1330 Geiger grade. You need GMO, non-GMO food. You need organic food for your critters. They got it. They got it. Did I tell you biscuits and gravy season has officially opened, ladies and gentlemen? I'm telling you, it is a little chilly. It is a little chilly. Chilly in the morning. Moms across America, you know, they got again this week, ladies and gentlemen. Not much I can do about it. We have a ton of information for you. Links in the description. Moms across America, of course, Monday night they have this big conference call, this big meeting that goes on, and around the world, they get down there in New Zealand. They got people that come in from New Zealand and everything, so you might want to tune in. Of course, Moms Across America, Zen Honeycutt. She got a petition going right now, and if you want to know how to develop and get petitions going in your local community or for your state to ban glyphosate. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. This is getting bad because now, you know, you guys all remember, pardon me, that was biscuits and gravy, by the way. You guys all remember the little whoopie-doopie-doo, huh? I'm going to give you some of this. We're going to give it into this. We'll put it over here. Where's the star of our show? Where's the star of our show? And then we get the Wilcox Organic. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. 15 weeks as my personal guest on GMO Tuesday. Top honors. King of the Hill right here. This is King of the Hill for guests on GMO Tuesday. GMO Tuesday. Wilcox Organic waited in line on the shelf for 6 months before they came on the show. That's how bad they wanted to be on the show and become king of the special guests on our show. 15 weeks. Wilcox Organic, ladies and gentlemen. Hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs just for you. Yeah, that's right. Remember how Monsanto said they were going to use less poison? Well, they used less of that one because now they have to use a different one that's stronger than the other one that they were going to use less of. And, oh, by the way, yields did not increase. Profits did not go up. Food was not safer. Hungry children aren't being fed. You know what is being fed? I'll tell you what. I saw. What is the gal's name? Zoe. I think her name is Zoe. Down there, Sheena Alexandra. From down under, that's right, the Bondi Radio Girl, Wellness Radio on Bondi Network down there. Good stuff. Fellas, check this out. You got to go listen to this gal, Zoe. She does meditation and sex. I know you didn't hear the first part of that. Go check it out, okay? Just go check it out. It's off the hook, link in the description. You're going to love it, fellas. You're going to love it. And the ladies too. Animal Recovery Mission. I don't know if anybody has seen any of the videos. This is so disturbing. it was hard for me to stomach. This is how disturbing the activities at Larson Dairy Farm in Okeechobee, Florida. This is a dairy farm. Now, when they go to milk a cow, they put a cow in this little cage-like thing. Their head sticks out a deal, and they're clamped in. They can't move, and then they stick this thing on their udders. Their udders are overgrown and hurting, and they do all this stuff. These people, these pieces of garbage, low-class, uncouth, slime slithering on the ground, freaks. They're kicking these cows in the head. They're beating them with rebar. They're punching the udders that are, so huge. You look at them and you're going, oh my God, that can't be right. This is why factory farming needs to get out of the equation. This is bad. These people need to be arrested. This farm needs to be shut down. Link in the description. It's just, you can see, it's disturbing, folks. It's bad. How anybody could do that to an animal, period. You got to wonder what they do to their children. I'm sorry, if they can do that to an animal, if they can lock an animal up in a cage with just his head sticking out and beat it with rebar, kick it in the mouth, poke them in the eyes and stuff like this, what are they doing to their children at home? You got to wonder, what would they do? They got their kid in a room. That's sick stuff. I just don't know how anybody could do that to critters, man. Especially when the cow trying to give us some milk and butter and goods. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's wrong. It's wrong. If you feel the way I do, say something to the Okeechobee DA down there. Those people need to be arrested. Say something to Florida USDA. Oh, by the way, this farm is used as a laboratory for university. Is it Florida University or UF? University of Florida, for dairy science. It's an experimental lab. So the physical abuse that I saw was so disturbing. Those people should be locked up. They really should. They should be locked up. They should never be allowed to work around an animal again. They should be put in. Their punishment should be what they did to those animals. Let them get their little head stuck through a cage and smacked with rebar in the head. See if they change their tune, folks. Hey, you know who else needs to be smacked in the head? Monsanto. You knew that was coming, huh? Hey, this is a serious issue here. Serious issue here. This is where we keep hearing the phrase, drain the swamp, drain the swamp, drain the swamp. Well, this is part of the swamp, folks. Things are starting to shift a little bit here. I'm seeing some shift in attitudes and things, and you can say whatever you want about Donald Trump's appointments until they really, I haven't seen anything. All I see is, all I see him doing is getting rid of the garbage that's in the way of everything. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Here's my thing. If we're going to say, oh, you can't do no fracking, then maybe we should be able to offer an alternative to the fracking to where it's a little more eco-friendly. If your argument, I don't see anybody trying to offer solutions. They just want to stop what you're doing. I don't agree with that element right there. Stop what you're doing. You can't drill here. You can't drill there. You're going to do this. I firmly believe that nobody has a problem paying a couple more cents at the pump if we're going to put an oil well in the middle of Yellowstone that is kind of eco-friendly and there's a bunch of safeguards. Yeah, it's going to cost a little more, but I think everybody would say, okay, if we go that route and the buffalo are going to be okay, we're good with it. I really do. And that's not what happens. Everybody wants to stop everything because of the carelessness on that side for profits. And of course, who is guilty of profits? Who is guilty of a willingness to just ignore everything? Monsanto. Bear's right there with him. Monsanto. This dicamba issue that you keep hearing. Another state, all these people are suing. Monsanto knew what was going to happen. They cannot deny culpability here if they can't do it. Okay? Their excuses are feeble. We sowed the seed before it was approved. They sold the seed before it was approved. This is a company that needs an update on the, remember I did something about the dead zone. Tyson Farms a while back polluted a town with the chemical out of a feed. Okay? They polluted a water supply. 106,000 fish floated to the surface because they died because of this one chemical in the water supply. They get fined $200 or $2 million and a $500,000 fee to do some kind of water treatment system for the community. What are they going to do for the Gulf of Mexico? I can't remember. Monarch or I can't remember. Link is in the description, though, ladies and gentlemen. You'll see it. But this dicamba issue, what they did was they sold the seed prior to any kind of approval for the matching chemical. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this GMO technology that they're using, and there's another one on the horizon. We're going to have a special report this week. A special report. I'm really excited about something, and we'll get to that towards the end here. But what they're doing is they're creating a life form, a seed, and they're matching it with the chemical. That's what they're using this technology for. To profit, not to feed you, not to produce good, wholesome food, to profit. Period. To profit. At any cost, we're going to profit. If we have to destroy a scientist for telling the truth, we're going to profit. If we have to ruin academia institutions, it's okay because we'll profit. If we have to buy people like Kevin Folta, Stephen Savage, Cavinson Apathy, we'll do it because we will profit. That's all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about selling a chemical. You don't generate when you generate $6.3 billion in profits and $1.9 billion of it is on one of your products, you cannot tell me that this is not about money. It's pecuniary greed, and it goes all the way up to the top, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up to the top. Here's a problem. Here's the problem with dicamba. And this was an issue I brought up in property preservation years ago with Field Asset Services when they wanted people taking Roundup, is what they wanted them to use, because that's what is so popular. Oh, you can just use Roundup. It's very easy. It's very simple. Nobody, blah, 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 blah. But there's a drift element when you apply pesticides, herbicides, etc. There's a serious drift element in what they call vaporization. And it vaporizes, moves. You don't see 90% of that. It just moves. And I still to this day, I mean, I would go to do my thing with the Department of Agriculture, but I would always warn the neighbors, hey, look, I'm going to be spraying this. I saw your animals. Would you do me a favor and them a favor? Keep them away at least until tomorrow. Keep them away if you can, please. I don't want them to get sick. And I would tell them what I was spraying. If they had a problem, they could, let the vet know. But dicamba is the vaporization issue there. It just did millions of acres of good organic farmland have been contaminated now because of dicamba. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 years now for these farmers to be able to grow in that area again because that soil has been contaminated chemically. In other words, EPA doesn't approve the dicamba deal. It doesn't get approved. It's in use. Nothing you can do. It's already in use. Farmers planted the seed knowing they were going to have to spray illegally. And they did it. Why? Because Monsanto, with the contract that they have with Monsanto, when I start looking, they were warned in 2011. Monsanto was warned about the dicamba issues the issues involving dicamba back in 2011. Already seen emails on this. Already seen the emails on this. And as I listen to, this is Monsanto's excuse for illegally selling seed, for illegally selling a product. This is their justification for illegally selling a product. I want you to listen to that. I want you to let that sink in. Illegally selling a product. The process was lengthier than usual for approval. It still hasn't been approved. Lengthier? Come on. You got to ask, folks. You got to ask. USDA, Jeff Sessions, where are you? Sonny Perdue, where are you? USDA, FDA, Scott Pruitt, you guys are supposed to be protecting the American people. We the people, you're supposed to protect us from this. Do your job. Jeff Sessions. Come on now. You know who does their job? I'll tell you, MDG blogger. She's on it. Paula's Healthy Living. I'm telling you, them cutie pies are on it. You know, the merger. I don't think MDG blogger and Paula Mayer are merging. So that's the Keystone State and the Ohio State there, man. They got good stuff on the blog. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it there. I got talking about the merger, folks. Both companies in this Monsanto-Bayer merger, they demonstrate a willingness to profit, to single-mindedly pursue profits. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. That is their goal. Pursue profits for the board of directors, for the shareholders. Produce profits. We have to produce profits. We have to produce profits. So we have this massive propaganda game going on. Both organizations. Let's 1860. What do you think? These are two companies, ladies and gentlemen. Bayer's first product, heroin. It was in a cough suppressant. It was a non-addictive cough suppressant because it wasn't morphine. 1860, heroin. 1901, Monsanto gave us saccharin. These are two companies we want to put in bed together? I mean, come on. You got Bayer, IG Farben. Of course, IG Farben was Hitler's chemical company. All of their board of directors, they were all tried for war crimes. They take Bayer over after the war. They were tried for war crimes. And they became Bayer after the war. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on. This is an international issue here now. This is no longer Bayer, the chemical company in Germany. Monsanto, the chemical company in St. Louis, Mo. No! This is a worldwide issue now because that is how far they've gone. They've gone and beat governments up to force their will. Grow my seed. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. 1901, we get saccharin. I don't think I need to say anything else about Bayer since their first product was heroin. Do we need to say anything else about the company? They're as bad as Monsanto, trust me. But just for giggles, yeah. PCB, DDT, Agent Orange. They purchased the EPA, they purchased the FDA, they purchased the USDA, half the politicians, half the judges, the media, and academia in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. Let's smell the coffee. Speaking of coffee, man, I mean, how can any... Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make this correlation. I know some people are going to tell me I'm crazy, I'm conspiracy theoring, but I don't think I am. We know the bride of Frankenstein is Hillary Monsanto has to go. We know that. We know they're married. Come on, it's starting to come out what the Clintons were up to, what the Clintons and the Bushes were up to since 1988, what they've been up to when they let Monsanto in the food supply. Think about it. Just stop, take the deep breath, sit back and think about it. Who let Monsanto in our food supply? And then follow that. Follow what the Clinton and the Bushes, and oh yeah, by the way, the Republican Bushes voted for Clinton. They said it. They support the Clinton. Come on. They're part of the cartel. Part of the cartel. Bulgaria. We don't hear much from that country, but they have banned advertising of unhealthy products to children. Of course, in this country here, we all know Saturday morning cartoons. As I was growing up, they used every cartoon character on cereal boxes. And when I was a kid, we had shredded wheat. You had shredded wheat. Put some brown sugar on it if you didn't want it to taste like cardboard, but you had shredded wheat. You know what I'm saying? We had oatmeal, shredded wheat. We had fruit and toast. We didn't have some kind of chemical concoction in a bowl with our milk. And I'm sorry, other than shredded wheat, and I don't know if shredded wheat is even safe anymore because they use glyphosate to dry, part of the harvesting process that they've been able to get around. Dry the wheat, they're killing it. That's what they're doing. They're killing it. That's why they got to fortify everything and put vitamins and minerals in our food, in all the processed food, because there is none in there. There is none in there. That is what I'm talking about. Because Monsanto, why? Monsanto lie. They corrupted science. How did they corrupt science? Carrie Gillam can let you know on that. Drop dead gorgeous Carrie Gillam. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, whitewash. Go read this book. It will open your eyes. It will open your eyes. They have invaded every aspect of our life to sell chemicals and poison stuff. I'm not saying they don't have a right to, and I'm not saying our world is going to be okay without chemicals. What I am saying is because of chemicals, 15 weeks on the show, 6 months on the shelf. That's almost 10 months, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe that expiration date really is October 26. What is it? October? I don't know, but it's way out there, I think, man. Oh, 2517. Maybe that's the expiration date, 2517. October 2517 is the expiration date on them. Wilcox Organic, ladies and gentlemen. Oregon Tilth. Wilcox Organic. Yeah. The big deal Bulgaria has done here, and you have to wonder because television and advertising has come under scrutiny here for targeting children. And they have they passed a law, link in the description. Go check this out. Maybe this is another way we, the people with consumer power, can push back. Remember, consumer power is going to dictate which direction this stuff is going to go from this point forward. The cat's out of the bag, and it ain't getting, we can't put it back in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. So going forward, we have to start becoming smarter. We have to start organizing ourselves a little better. We have to take all the 870,000 organizations out there that are against GMOs and come together and make one big voice. Maybe you can join the Twitter campaign and help me out, because every day, even this morning before I got on there, the 27 people that followed me this last week, guess what we all did? We asked the president. We asked Mr. Trump. Yes, we did. We asked his wife. We asked Mrs. Trump. We asked Mr. Scott Perdue. Or Sonny Perdue. We asked Mr. Sonny Perdue and Mr. Scott Pruitt and the FDA. Please get that poison out of our food. It don't belong in there. It don't belong in our food. Why is it there? Why is it there? Who's making the money on the food? Not me. Not you. Do you grow poison? Nobody grows poison. Nobody grows food to poison it, to eat and poison themselves. Come on. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. And think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. This dicamba issue is with soybeans. Dicamba is more toxic than glyphosate. So we're going to use less poison, but we're using... Dr. David Suzuki. Any politician or scientist that tells you these GMO, the way this GMO technology is safe and the finished product is safe for consumption is either lying or they're very stupid. Now, you can take your pick of which one you are. You can take your pick. I don't care. But that's your choice. That is your choice. And as these court cases start unraveling things and we start seeing the databases exposed, Google Monsanto new database exposed, link in the description, folks. You're going to find out. You're going to see conversations about how they're going to be getting around all the regulation. You're going to see conversations on how substantially equivalent was developed that Michael Taylor gave us. And now we're finding out, oh, guess what? We were duped. There is no nutrition in the food. 17. Let me see if I can pull this up, because this is telling. 17 health issues, folks. 17 different health issues. 17 health issues. People have started noticing their diet. They want to change things. They go talk to the doc. They start checking things, and they're finding out, oops, I'm eating GMOs. I'm eating GMOs. Doctors are saying, hey, you got to quit eating the GMOs if you want to get healthy. They go organic. They go organic. Guess what happens, folks? Guess what happens? All kinds of health problems improved. All kinds of health items improved. I mean, it's amazing at what... I mean, when you think about it, let me see here. Oh, it's that one there. And this has been peer reviewed. This is a non-GMO diet, or simply reducing the amount of GMO foods they ate. The results, 3,250 people. So this isn't just a couple people did this. This isn't just me going out and saying, okay, I'm not eating this polluted Fritos corn chip anymore. This is a few people, 3,200, 32,500. That's a lot of people, man. That's a little concert. But the biggest issue that people had were digestive issues. 85% improved. 85% improved. A 60% of the people reported a better attitude in life. More, they were up. They didn't suffer from fatigue and low energy. They were a little more energetic. That's it. That one there caught me off guard. Obesity and overweight people. 54% of the people slimmed down. Started. Think about it. Think about it. All I did was change their diet to food they knew did not contain poisons and chemicals in it. That's all they did. They didn't do anything spectacular. They didn't go to Weight Watchers. They didn't go get this Marie Osmond thing on the thing. They changed the way they eat. They changed what they eat. They got rid of the chemicals. They got rid of the garbage. Bingo. Must be in the front row. Hey. Let's see. I'm just going to read a few of the things here. Consciousness, brain fog, 51, almost 52%, 51.7% of the people said they had better cognitive skills after they changed their diet. So the food's going to dumb us down too? Maybe that's why we have all this crap in the colleges. They're eating all this GMO food. They've been dumbed down. Anxiety, depression dropped by 50%. Think about that. Food, chemicals in the food is causing you to be depressed, causing you to be down in the mud. That's some serious stuff. Serious stuff. Muscle skeletal pain, hormonal problems, autoimmune diseases, eczema. All these things decreased in people. It stopped. Think about that eczema thing. It's a big rash all of a sudden. A lot more people are suffering from it than ever before. Autism. We have more children with autism than in my entire lifetime. I was like, I'm so blown away at everything that's going on. And why? It's chemicals in the food, ladies and gentlemen. It's chemicals in our food. Can we live without chemicals? We're never going to live without chemicals. As I said, the cat's out of the bag. It ain't going back in. Let's figure out how to do this stuff right. And that, my friends, that is where it comes down to. Whom do your elected officials represent? Because it's the elected officials that have allowed this to happen, all due to pecuniary greed. Hey, soy, corn, all of it, ladies and gentlemen. Soy, corn, they want to get into artichokes. Leave my damn artichokes alone, man. Avocados, there's avocados. Alfalfa, so the food going to the animals. Corn, soy, that's what they feed animals in feedlots. Tyson, chicken. A chemical from their feed poisoned the water and killed fish. But you're eating these chickens, so they're poisoning you. And they get away with it. My thanks. This week, on November 7th, a gentleman recorded in the back of Walmart, and I posted it up yesterday. It was one of the most robotizating things. I got on the phone with the Walmart. The gentleman, of course, he had to be politically correct, and I understand, Matthew, but I just, in all good conscience, I don't know how anybody can work for an organization that would dispose of all that food. Nobody wants to talk about where that food went. So that means it got thrown away. I'm sorry, you can interpret it any way you want. You can put any kind of media relations political spin on it you want. And oh, by the way, the media relations department of Walmart has not contacted me back. They have not contacted me yet. So they threw this food away, ladies and gentlemen. Go look at this. Gary, I think his name was Gary John Arms or something like that. Arms. Solid thing, Gary. We have too many vets, too many homeless and hungry people in our country going hungry to be disposing of food on that level. It was 3 tractor trailer loads, ladies and gentlemen. It was huge. It was disgusting. Check it out. It's on the thing there. But the deal with GMO foods. This is what they're finding out with GMO food products now. Again, ladies and gentlemen, do you really need Fritos? I tell you what, do this. Do this before the Super Bowl gets here and everybody got to have their nachos and the playoffs between now and the end of football season. Okay, it's only 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Don't buy any corn chip products. See, they don't start putting it on the label. See, they don't start telling you what's in our food. Quit buying something. Consumer power is the biggest way this is going to be, and I'm going to address that when we get to a special report I have going on this week. I'm researching some stuff right now. Very, very exciting technology because it deals with photosynthesis and how we might be able to manipulate photosynthesis versus making a plant compatible with a chemical to poison us. Exciting technology, yes it is. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind, keep in mind, all the drop-dead gorgeous girls in the world are non-GMO girls. They don't. Hillary Clinton, Debbie, let me stab my constituents in the back. Stabbing now! Yes, let me have $50,000, Monsanto. I'll do your bidding because I will stab my constituents in the back because I am Debbie Stabbing now. Give us a QR code and tell us, oh, yes, that's the wonderful thing to do. Now you know everything. You send me to a propaganda website that don't tell me what the heck I'm even looking at. My goodness, my goodness. Moms across America. Zan Honeycutt, good work. Good work. Petition links are in the description. Petition to ban glyphosate in California is circulating right now. If you're in California, in the link. Description. Link is in the description to that petition. Get over there and sign it. Again, glyphosate, it's not a good chemical to have in our food. It should not be in our food. And the GMO technology to be used to sell a chemical is just absurd, ladies and gentlemen. It's pecuniary greed at its highest. And we, the people, need to stop this. We need to stop this. And how do we stop it? Hey, join my Twitter campaign. Bet. If enough people retweet a tweet that says, Mr. President, Mrs. President, Mr. Scott Pruitt, Mr. Sonny Perdue, Mr. FDA guy, get the poison out of our food. Please get the poison out of our food. MDG Blogger, she joins me every day. Paula Mayer, she joins me too. Find me on Twitter at Alladay LLC, at the Alladay LLC, folks. Find me on Twitter, and we'll ask the president together. Please get the poison out of our food. Please get the poison out of our food. And if you think Jeff Sessions needs to do his job, then you need to send a tweet to him and say, hey, what's really going on, Jeff? What's really going on? I'm not trying to get political, folks, but I really think the guy needs to do his job. I mean, he's the Attorney General. Do your job. Maybe we just need to be patient and see if he is. We'll find out later today. I'm sure we will. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. Foothill Feed and Mercantile. If you need non-GMO food, organic feed for your critters, 775-852-0999 up there on Geiger Grade. Foothill Feed and Mercantile, of course. Check out Sheena Easton, Bondi Radio, Wellness Radio down there. You got that Zoe girl talking meditation and sex, man. You can't beat that. Pretty girls talking meditation and sex. Got to get you all mellow. That's a good deal, man. Maybe we need to go to Australia, fellas. Think about it. It's down under. I don't know. Let's have a great day, folks. Let's all be safe out there.